Hey guys, it's Paradise, and in this video we have a guide for you to show you the location of every Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone and Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone so you can max out your weapons to juice up your damage and improve your build. With so many awesome new weapons in the DLC, you're going to need a bunch of these to actually level them up and be as powerful as possible. But these Somber and Ancient Dragon Smithing Stones are limited and only be obtained in these specific locations, so you're going to want to grab them. Once you have all of them, you need to go into New Game Plus and grab them all over again, so we hope this video is helpful. So if you're looking to power up in the new DLC and you've ran out of these in the base game map, then we've got you covered with a guide here. Drop a like and comment if we help you out, and let's jump into it. So we're starting at the Ruined Forge Lava Intake Dungeon. It's really easy to get here. What you want to do is head on inside, and we're going to get our first Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone from this location. Grab the Site of Grace if you don't have it, otherwise head in, past this ghost, and when you get to the open section, drop down and follow the path along. Once you get to this room with the slime, turn left and head down this corridor. Line yourself up to drop down so you don't take any damage, and then head straight forward, parkouring your way up this rubble. Make sure to jump over that small gap there as you then turn right and take this ladder to the bottom, or jump off if you're feeling like a Chad. You'll see a lever, and you're going to need to pull this lever as this will move a giant object that we then need to use to get to the actual location where we can grab the Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. So once it's finished moving, jump down and get ready because we're going to do a running jump to land on top of it. Hopefully you made that jump without any problems, and now run your way up to the top. At the very top here, turn right and jump off and then go up these stairs where you'll see a big forge, and this forge is going to reward us with our Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone number 1, as well as a pretty nice extra item while you're here, the Anvil Hammer. Just in case you need it, here is the map. And then we have the Pillar Path Waypoint, which is where we're going to grab our second Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone, and this one doesn't even require a fight or anything complicated. From the nearby Site of Grace, hop on your mount and start heading towards the big tower. So what we want to do is make our way all the way up this hill and actually go into that tower. Do be wary of the bird enemies in this area, but if you are mounted up, you should be okay to just keep dashing and run past them without too much trouble. As you can see here, the tower has a giant door. Stand on the little pressure plate to take the elevator all the way to the top. And at the very top, you have a fantastic view. This is great to take a screenshot if you are so inclined. But otherwise, there is a chest, which will have our second Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone of the DLC. So open this up and grab it inside. Just in case you need it, here is the map. And next for our third Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone, it's at the Dragon's Pit Dungeon. This is a great one, and many of you probably have it already unlocked to access the dragon area of the map. There's actually an optional dragon in this dungeon where we can grab it from by defeating the actual dragon, so head on inside, we'll show you how to get there. It's a bit of a cave, so make your way down, but just inside will be a Site of Grace, which is a nice checkpoint, but I'm assuming many of you will already have that, but grab the checkpoint if you don't have it. Otherwise, head deeper in the cave, and what we want to do is head left as soon as we jump down. There will be some enemies, but if we run, we can bypass them, and careful for this enemy on the right that will jump out as you run past. But keep on going down the cave until you reach the open area where we need to swing around on the left, but then go straight when you see the enemy with the spear. So as you see, we stay on the left, and with the enemy with the spear, we go straight forwards. Make sure to dodge his attack and dodge the arrows coming your way. Loop down here, and if you want to go to the boss, you go left. However, if you want the optional dragon to get your ancient dragon smithing stone, go up these stairs to the right, and in this room, just all the way up here, will be the optional dragon that you can defeat, and this will reward us with our third ancient dragon smithing stone. Obviously, get ready for a fight. It might take a hot minute because these guys are somewhat tanky, but they shouldn't give you too much trouble because they're very telegraphed. As you can see, once you've taken him out, not only will you get a dragon heart, you'll also get your third ancient dragon smithing stone. Next up, we're starting at the Great Bridge North. There's going to be a Drake nearby here that will drop our Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone number 1. So just head west as you can see I am, and just down here in this lake, there'll be a dragon. He might be sleeping for you if it's your first time coming here, but you want to defeat this Drake to get it. These can be very annoying, so it might take a few tries, but the Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stones are super worth it. So kill this guy to get it. And once he's defeated, as you can see, we will get our Dragon Heart and our first Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. And here's the map, just in case you need it. And next up, we have the Ruined Forge of Starfall's Past. This is for Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone number 4. So what we want to do is head inside and basically get to the forge or the altar at the end of this dungeon like we did for our first one. And this will also reward us with an incredible weapon. So if you haven't done this before, this is super worth it. Head inside, drop down where the ladder is, and just follow the stairs down. It's a linear path at the beginning, but there will be a few twists and turns along the way. So here we want to head over this bridge and actually go left to the first lever, which we want to pull that will open a gate just below. After this though, you want to drop down and wait for the gate to open, but do beware of all of these enemies around. They are going to aggro you and attack, so either take them out, or if you're a Chad, just keep on running like we are. Watch out for the slimes, they do shoot projectiles, but again, if you have some tanky armor or you're chugging potions, you should be okay. When you get to this big piece of rubble, you want to loop around to the right and head down this corridor, but at a certain point in this corridor, we will take a right and go up a ladder. You see where that fire blob is up ahead? Just next to him, there is a ladder, so we're going to go right and climb up this. Once you get up the ladder, just follow the path that we take. Be wary of all the enemies in this room. You may need to dodge roll some projectiles, but climb your way up the rubble on the left and through the door just up ahead. From here, check down to the right and drop onto this bridge. There'll be another lever to pull on the other side of this bridge to the left, so we want to yank that lever and wait for the actual door to open. Now what we're going to do is go behind the door that will open, pull another lever, and then stand on top of that door as it raises back up so we can access a sort of hidden little platform. So once it's fallen down, as you can see, head inside and just to the right there'll be a lever. Pull this lever and run back on top of the actual door itself so you can ride it to the top. As you can see, once you've got to the top, it's a straight run to the forge or the altar, which when you interact with it, you will get your Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone number 4. And the awesome weapon that we mentioned earlier, the Ancient Meteoric or Greatsword, which is really good and I highly recommend trying it out. Here's the map just in case you need it. Next is our ancient Somber Dragonsmithing Stone number 2 from the Morth Ruins Grace Point. Mount up and start heading south, and there will be a Ghost Flame Drake to fight, as this guy will drop a Dragon Heart and our second Somber Ancient Dragonsmithing Stone. So just follow the path leading south, and eventually you will basically see the dragon fighting a bunch of enemies in this area, and you're going to need to defeat him. It will be a bit of a spicy fight, but with enough tries and perseverance, you've got it. And once you've finally defeated the Drake, the Somber Ancient Dragonsmithing Stone number 2 is yours. And here's the map, just so you can see exactly where it is. So next up is another one of the ruined forges, but we're starting from the Morth Ruins Grace Point, as this is in the Rao base area of the map, the very top left, and it's very hard to get there if you don't know how. So we're going to show you. Basically, hop on your mount from Morth Ruins, head north-northeast until you see these spirit wormy boys, and there'll be a cave that we actually need to go through, and this is going to lead us to loop around into this zone that's sort of locked off from the rest of the map. So head on in the cave past this statue and past the flowers up ahead. It's a fairly linear route through this cave, so it shouldn't be too much of a worry, but keep going through the cave, past the flowers, past this big glowing tree with the creepy enemies, to the right, and you'll get outside into a sort of swampy or boggy looking area. What you want to do from here is basically follow the route we're taking. So far we're going to run north, and then we're actually going to loop around to the left to the west. So head north, loop around west, dodging the enemies along the way, and we're going to go all the way through this boggy area down that westwards path. If you want to avoid the enemies and the birds though, follow the exact route we're taking. We're giving everything a wide berth because there's quite a lot of enemies. We will aggro a couple birds here, but it's better than just cutting through all of them, and then head straight west as we are, and you can see there's a lot more birds up ahead, so get ready to run on your horse. You should be okay as long as you're sprinting, but keep following this path to the west. As you can see, we're now in the Rao base area of the map, and there is a grace point nearby if you want to grab it. Otherwise, we're going to go straight to the next dungeon, so we're going to start heading north. As you can see, there's a linear pathway with a few enemies. Just keep following this path and you'll see these torches up ahead, and this is the actual entrance to the ruined forge, which is where we're going to get our next ancient dragon smithing stone. This is number 5. This is the actual spot on the map if you want to know exactly where it is. But now let's do the full route to get to the very end of this dungeon. Much like the other ones, we need to get to the forge or the altar at the end. And there's actually 2 ancient dragon smithing stones in this place. One is a ground loot item and one is at the forge at the end. So first up, we'll lead you to the one that's on the floor. Follow the linear path and drop down by this ladder, and then head straight forwards. Get ready to do a jump over this crack. And we want to jump onto this platform again, which later on we will move, but for now we can just jump straight on it and start climbing up. At the very top, we want to take a left as soon as we get high enough to jump and make the actual jump over to the platform. You'll see these 2 big stone enemies. Don't even try attacking them. They're super tanky. Just run past and grab the orange shiny here on the floor, which is our ancient dragon smithing stone number 5. Jump back onto the platform and let's start making our way towards number 6. Head all the way up to the top and jump off to the right and follow the path we take. We're going to do a very long journey to get a lever that will actually flip the platform that hangs over the lava. So head on down in this room. You'll see a couple enemies in the corner. Run past them and jump down to another little area here. From here, take a right turn, and just up ahead is a left and a ladder. Climb to the top of this ladder and we've pretty much done most of the hard stuff so far, so keep with us. It's not too much left in this area. So when you get to the top, run forwards so the slimes don't attack you, as they take a while to sort of reanimate. But in this room, you will see the lever that we need to pull. And by pulling this lever, that big platform that hangs over the lava will essentially flip and will give us access to the forge, which is where we can get our 6th ancient dragon smithing stone. So as you can see, that has now flipped. We can just go slightly to the left and jump down on this platform, so we can start making our way to be able to get back onto it. So jump down and head down these stairs that's just ahead. By the shiny in the corner here is a jump that you can basically fall down on and then jump across to the actual platform that hangs. And once we're on this platform, be careful, it is a scary jump, but don't worry, it's not too hard. Run all the way to the top, and then we basically are pretty much at our objective. Just keep going to the top, as you can see. And we want to basically get to this platform over to the left, which has a ladder leading to a raised part with the forge. So as you can see at the top of the ladder, the forge is right there. Go up and interact with it, and you've got your 6th ancient dragon smithing stone. Next up, we'll be starting at the foot of the jagged peak grace point. This will give us both our 7th ancient dragon smithing stone and our 3rd somber ancient dragon smithing stone. It's basically by killing an ancient dragon, and so it rewards both of these awesome items. So start heading up the hill and you'll reach this area where the 2 drakes will be fighting. If you've done the quest line before, then you've probably already killed these guys. If not, they of course will be here fighting each other. But what you want to do is head just exactly where we're going, loop around the double dragons, and there'll be a sort of opening at the back here, and just up ahead here will be a boost pad that we can actually jump up. So run past the drakes if they are there, or just run straight through if you've already defeated them, and go up this boost pad. As you can see at the top, there'll be a 2nd boost pad, which again we want to use. Once you land, you basically want to go straight forwards, just as we are to the east, and then there'll be a little entrance in the sort of southeast direction. Follow this path through and get ready. There will be some boulders that will drop and start rolling towards us up ahead, so you will need to do some dodging of these boulders. If you want to, you can loop around just like we are to avoid a few of them, because they do roll down. You can see it just roll past there. Get ready for the 2nd boulder, and if you're quick, you should be able to dodge it just like we did, and then loop around to the east, where just in this room up ahead will be the ancient dragon to fight. I think it's called Senesax. This is a really awesome fight, but by defeating him, we get both an ancient and a somber dragon smithing stone, so this is really worth it if you haven't taken him out, and it's a really fun boss fight too. Here's the map location of exactly where he's found. Next up, we're starting in the same area, but this time at the jagged peak mountainside, and we'll be getting both an ancient dragon smithing stone and a somber one. We'll show you the route to the ancient first and then the somber second, but you want to hop on your mount and start heading southwest up the hill past all of these dead drakes, and they're just super cool. I would love to know the lore as to why there's so many dead drakes in this area. But then you'll see a boost pad which we want to take all the way to the top. This will have us land on a platform, and from here head west, just slightly downhill, and when you get to the sort of end of this little section, we want to stick on the left hand side and loop around. And be aware as you're going along this path, just up ahead, like you can see here, there's a couple jumps that you'll need to do. That's the first jump, but there will be a second gap with a jump that you need to make, and this will lead to a boost pad. So take this boost pad all the way up, and you'll see a really cool area with loads more dead drakes. But just up here, follow the pathway leading into this crack in the mountain, and eventually you'll see an orange shiny just up ahead, and this will be our Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone number 8. So now that you have that, let's start making our way for the Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone number 4. There'll be a bunch of slimes in this area. You can take them out if you want to, but they shouldn't really be too much of a problem for you. But to get the next one, we want to head down the hill, just down west in this direction. So jump down past the dead drakes, down to this platform with the slimes, and start looping around to the north, and just up ahead there'll be another shiny. How easy were these two to grab? Next up, we're starting at the Cerulean Coast, and this will be another Ghost Flame Dragon to defeat to get another Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. This is number 5. Now, these drakes are annoying, but hopefully if you're this far in the video and you've done the previous ones, you kind of know how to take them on. Again, some of the busted builds, and we do have a few builds on the channel, will really help with just nuking them down if you just want to blast through it. But essentially, just head straight west from the actual Grace Point, and you'll see these big tombstones up ahead. And this is where the dragon will basically swoop in and attack you from, as you will see now. So start chipping away and take this drake out. As you can see, once you've defeated that Ghost Flame Dragon, you can bag yourself a Dragon Heart and your 5th Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. Just in case the walkthrough wasn't quite enough, here's the full map location of exactly where that dragon spawns. And then we're starting at the Spiral Rise in and near Ilum. This is basically the last zone that you unlock at the very end of the DLC, but this will bag us our 6th Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. So we want to head up the stairs from this Grace Point, and there'll be a little window that we can actually jump out of, swing around to the right across this rooftop, and jump up. Now, there will be some birds up ahead, and they can be super annoying, so it's up to you if you want to beam it past them like we do, or slowly take all of the mobs out. It's entirely possible to just run past them if you have some tanky armor on and you chug a few potions along the way. But once you run across the rooftop, head onto this platform, you'll see another bird. You can see we're getting chonked by these guys as well. They do really hurt. Head up the stairs, through this room, and there'll be a little balcony outside with some stairs on the right. Loop around up here, and get ready because there will be a really spicy enemy up ahead, but we don't want to fight him. Instead, just run forwards and parkour as we do to avoid his attacks and get into the higher section of the tower and jump back inside. As you can see, if you jump up, you shouldn't get hit, or you should mitigate a lot of the damage, but then we can jump back inside the tower and start heading up this staircase. And don't worry, we're pretty much almost there now. Just at the top of this staircase, there'll be a lever for you to pull, and this will bring the elevator up to this section of the room. There will be a few mobs, so you may want to take them out first. So if you've taken the mobs out, pull the lever to bring the elevator all the way up to the top, and we then want to ride the elevator all the way back down. So once you're at the bottom of the elevator, head to the north and go through this next tower room, and there'll be a door on the east hand side with an enemy that will be quite annoying, so take that enemy out. And then just down on the stairs to the east, there'll be a body with our final orange shiny, giving us our 6th and final Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone of the DLC. Hopefully this helped you guys out, and if it did, make sure to drop a like and comment to let us know. We have loads more Elden Ring guides and stuff on the channel for you, so make sure to check them out and stay subscribed because we have way more coming your way very soon.